Candace. I'm back. Okay, oops. We're going to make a little envelope. I got to put my... Oh, see? I'd have never found that in the trash can. It just slid off into the trash can. I got to put my journal tie rope up. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick little envelope today, and we're going to be using the Blue Remembered kit from Janeybjournals. I have SaturdayStamper, Vintage Botanicals, the Journal Boat, Flower Market Blue, and Artzology Design Studio, more labels, the Faux coffee dyed. So we are going to make an envelope. That's what this was designed for. And I just ran it on front and back, so the inside won't be plain. This is from the Blue Remembered journal also, because it comes with this kind of brownish coffee dye look and then a blue one. So, and then I have a piece of coffee dyed doily. Then this is the Artzology Design Studio. Yes, it's late, but I'm trying to get 2 in today. And so, you know, if you don't have this, any label will do. We just need a label for our thing. And then this is the SaturdayStamper Vintage Botanical, the one that has all the striped papers, and then, you know, these that we used in our Faded Roses journal. But I want this little strip, this little word here that says Florist Magazine, which you can use any little strip of paper or words that you have for what I'm doing. This is some paper from the Journal Boat, Flower Market Blue. I just fell in love with some of the blue papers on there, and I had to mix them in here. And then this is from Janie's kit that we're doing the blue journal with. So let me trim this around, this envelope around, and then we will make a quick little envelope tuck. So I hope y'all are having a good day, even though we've already talked once. But this is going to be put on for tomorrow, so you won't know that we talked once, but just because I told you, you know. Oh, yes, it poured down rain today. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's that hurricane brewing down in the Gulf, so it's supposed to be coming through. But as long as it kind of stays at what it is, it's, you know, average storm. I know some of you are like, what? How can you call a hurricane an average storm? Well, you know, I'm from down there. So we don't, you know, take a hurricane serious. I mean, it's serious, but I mean, you know, like really serious. Unless it's a category 4, because, you know, us ding-dongs were raised in that. So I'm just following the little spots that she has on here. And like, if you don't have this, you know, her little kit, then just use your little envelope maker. If you don't have an envelope maker from We Are Memory Keepers, I love mine. Sometimes you can find them at Tuesday morning for like 12 bucks. You can still find them online, but they're a little more than that. And then if not, just look up how to make an envelope. You know, you really just get you a square and then fold the insides in, just cut your little divots. But I know, easier said than done. I can honestly tell you, mine never turned out straight sometimes. But I still did not give it a try. So, alright, so now I'm just going to kind of score on the sides that she's kind of given on here, the little outline. And I just want to use my bone folder so it's easier for me to fold. And someone has asked where I got this from. It's dirty, needs to be cleaned. I mean, it is kind of nasty. I guess I need to put some Gooby Gone and clean it good. But I got this online, on Amazon. I Googled tonic bone folder because I knew I wanted this one with the metal tip. I would hope Tonic still makes it because it's one heck of a bone folder. It's kind of was, you know, in the most of the people that use it were before, you know, like I said, I've had it like 5 years. In the card making world, but, and like I said before, it's just because I don't like these fat things. I can't use them in my scoreboards. This end always, because you know I am a firm pusher when I'm burnishing stuff, I tend to bend this. And then the other little ones that come in, I don't even have one, come in the, I think I've scored this already because I'm running my mouth. Shoot. Anyway, I can't feel because I didn't score it hard enough. That come in your scoreboards and all those other things tend to not be, I mean, they kind of, because they're plastic, get a little funky. And then another thing that you can use too are these little round edge things. These burnish just as well on here. And they work wonderful in your, like I said, this one is a We Are Memory Keeper. This is the thickness, the one that I like the most, that fits in my scoreboard, score pals and all that stuff. Oh, because see, here's another one, but that's just too fat for me to go in the thing. I don't care for them. I like the thinner stuff or the metal ones. So, yeah. But I see everybody else using theirs just fine. It's obvious. Oh, bit my tongue. It's literally, it's obviously an operator error on my end, but I just prefer the metal ones. So if you're having a problem with yours, then maybe give these, you know, a metal one a go. And like I said, these, shoot, I think these came in a set of 2 or 3. So just depending on what I'm doing, these, like I said, are the ones that they use for when you do flower petals and stuff. But I don't use them for flower petals. And as you can tell, I have bought this is a Fiskars one, but I found the Fiskars one, this is too thin, but that would probably be good for this. But this one was too thin. When I was doing my scoreboard, I would just rip right through it because I'm not a gentle person. I'm a little rough on everything that I do. And then I don't even, oh, this says Lake City Crafts. I don't even know where I got this. I would have to say Joann's or Hobby Lobby. But, you know, like I said, I couldn't use this because this was a little too wide to go into my grooves. But if you have a metal tip, then you kind of, oh, here, let me just grab my little thing here. If you have a metal tip, you kind of can, you know, feel your grooves better. Like I said, that one fits. This one doesn't actually go in, but it rides the corner good. This one, same thing. It doesn't actually go in. It rides the corner good. You know, this is the one that I have marked that actually, it doesn't actually go in, but it rides well so I can get my indentation. This one, I don't know if you can tell, it kind of goes in, so I end up ripping my paper. Same thing with this one. It kind of goes in there. I'm just rough. But I wanted this one because I wanted a fatter ball end, which is similar to this, but it's just for when you're making your little flower petals. So, but yeah, just if you have a problem with these things, and then, you know, getting them out of your hole, then you take them out of this thing, you lose them. But I just find that I wear my little plastic down, and then I get this real sharp point. So when I go to put it in there, if you rock it the wrong way, you can hear your paper go, so you've torn your paper. So yeah, but anyway, so that's those. So now I'm just gonna fold my little edges over to make our little envelope. And I copied this on 32-pound paper, so it's a, you know, a good thickness. And then when I flip it over, I just kind of look and see to make sure that my stuff is going to line up, which it looks like it is, before I see, like on here you can see this part of this little color is right here. So, but it's okay. But I can tell you when I was pushing the top down, I could feel it kind of buckled. So You just kind of use your little fingers and walk it to however you want it so it lays flat. So that's our little envelope right here. See, that's that one I was running my mouth and I creased it a few too many times. So, yep. Gotta pay attention when you do it, because you make a hole in your stuff, but it's not a hole, but good thing I used my thick paper, or it sure would have been. Alright, so we're just gonna ink around it. I know, you know, Janie already inked it for you if you don't, you know, if you're okay with that, but I want some brown ink on mine. Told you I'm picky. Alright, and then we're gonna do the back. So we'll just open it up while we're at it. I think I was asking y'all, I hope you had a good day, and then, you know, I went south. Oh, speaking of, I went south because of the hurricane and the rain. But anyway, yeah, it looks like it's coming straight up this way, so we will get, I guess that's where our weather's coming from the next 3 days, is from that wonderful thing. But as long as it brings some cool weather, I'm all right with it. Oh. Yeah, you know, you listen to Gail on her thing. I'm trying to play catch up. God, I've got so much to do. So many videos to watch. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll get them done somehow. I'm just going to be behind. But, you know, she's like, oh, yeah, it's in the 50s. I'm like, what? It's 95. How can it be in the 50s over there? But, yeah. I promise you, if we move to Greenland, because that's where the ice is, I guarantee you all the ice would melt and it would be one of the hottest places in the world. Oh my gosh. Alright, let me just do that. Now, since this is going to be showing on the flap, I'm just going to go ahead and ink that just so it's there. And I'm going to go ahead and round my little nose off, my little top off, so it won't be so sharp. And I'm going to use the fat end of my crocodile, or if you have those little, whatever you have to make your corners with. There's so many different things out there. Alright, and then we're going to bend this and give it a little ink. Woo! I had tea for dinner, and I think the caffeine just hit me because I just got hot. That's why I don't drink much caffeine. It gives me a hot wave. Whew, Lord. And chocolate does it too. But, you know, sometimes you just can't pass either one of them up. Alright. So, now we're just going to go ahead. Hold on, I gotta kick my shoes off. I told you I had a hot wave. Ooh, my feet are hot. Okay. I'm back. Ooh, wait, let me give me a little fan. Woo! Okay, so now we're going to glue our stuff down. Oh, y'all. Okay. So let's glue our little flaps down. Make sure you don't glue there because, you know, you want to be able to use the envelope. And then I've had a lot of people ask about this thing too. This I got, oh, I don't even know how long ago. 3 years, shoot, maybe even more. It's from Joycraft, I believe. I googled it on Amazon when I was looking for it way back when. I mean, it came from the UK. As you can tell, it doesn't have any English words on it. any numbers that I can read. It's all centimeters and stuff. But it was called the Photo Edge Tear Ruler. I don't think they have them anymore. They have other kinds, but anyway, I don't know. A couple months back when someone else was asking, I googled, or I went to Amazon and checked to see, you know, looked back to my old orders from way back when, and this used to pop up and it would say not available at this time, but it doesn't even say that now. All they have on there is like a wavy one, and then like a jiggy jaggy, you know, more of a, like a pink and sheer one. But, because, I mean, I paid like $10 for the shipping, but I wanted this crazy thing. But, you know, We Are Memory Keepers have a set of 3 that, that's what, you know, Gail Augustinelli uses, is that one from them. And it's just a, you know, looks like a big wide one with this, with some jaggedy edges on it. But I just, you know, I was lucky when I got mine, apparently, because it's like Santa Claus. In the little M&Ms, it says he does exist, and he's like, they do exist. So it's out there, but you might have to hook up with someone who's over there in the UK and see if they can't get it for you. So, but they need to bring it back, because that's a good thing. All right, so now I have my little envelope made, and so now I want to use this little strip of word, which this measures 2 7/8. But I'm just going to use that as my little envelope flap seal thing, my tuck spot, to hold it in. So I'm going to, you know, cut this, and then I'll glue a little piece of book page on it just to strengthen it, just because I know this flap's going to be in and out of it. So I just want to strengthen it up just a little bit more. So I've got some parchment paper. Looks good enough for me. So let me just glue that on there, and we'll use that scrap. So all right, so oh, I might have told you in the first one. I might have to go back and... No, I think I only told you about my stupid flight. Oh, and I did do it before I went. So today, you know, after I did my filming and stuff, I had to go... I think I might have told you. I had to go get a... Okay, I'm not going to tell you the story, in case I did tell you. Alright, that's enough. Alright, we're going to cut right here. I know, I'm horrible. But I have to go listen, because I don't want to tell you the same stinking thing. Oh. But anyway, doggone. I need a life. I don't have anything interesting that goes on. It's sad. I do, but they're just boring. Oh. Yeah, so, well, I'll tell my son. My son sold his truck because, you know, he owed X amount of dollars on it, and the car place offered him X amount of dollars. So he made, you know, like $10,000 off of it. But now he's like, yeah, Mom, I'm trying to look for another truck, because he's driving his mom-in-law's an Impala that she just never drives. I mean, I don't know how old it is, but it barely has any miles on it. And so she was like, well, why don't you just drive that car? Because, you know, she drives another one. And that way you don't have to worry about having to have, you know, full coverage insurance, because, you know, I have insurance and blah, 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 blah. So my son was like, well, okay, that sounds good to me. So, just need to do the edges. So he did that. Well, you know, he's like, that's an old lady car, Mama. I said, well, I told you, but you're the one that wanted to do it, because, you know, all he could see was making a little bit of money and saving some money, which, you know, was all in good until he realized that, you know, it's just not for him. So he's kind of a little sad that he sold his truck, but oh well, you know, you should have kept it. It was a nice truck. It wasn't only but a couple years old, but, you know, he's grown. Let him make up his own mind. So the rental car that he got when, you know, he came over for the funeral, and all this is going to be is your little tuck spot for your envelope front. Okay. So he rented the car he ended up renting was a 2019 Toyota Camry, which was really nice. I mean, it rode really great and everything. So he's kind of thinking maybe he wants to buy one of those. You know, 2018 Impala. But the Camry does look a little sporty. And he's like, maybe I'll just buy like an older truck, because you know they've got a camper and a boat and a side by side. They have lots of toys that they go do, because they go out to deer leases and stuff. But it might change when he has that baby. But shh, that's just something that he's gonna have to learn on his own, because I'm not gonna tell him about it. So we're gonna cut this, cut our label. We're gonna make our envelope look like it's a that we're mailing it to somebody, but we're just gonna mail it into our journal. So let me put this one up before I lose it. Trying to be a good girl, putting it in my little thingy until I can make me another ephemera notebook. So, but yeah, so I don't think he understands how different his life's going to be when that baby comes. Woo! But anyway, he better enjoy the rest of 2021 while he can, because 2022 is going to be a slap in the face. So, but yeah, they are something, those grown boys. I've got to tell you the story about him being punished and all that good stuff, but this is too quick of a project. We'll have to do it on another one, because yeah, that one might be a little long-winded one. But it's a good one for any of you people that have kids or had kids, and you just be like, oh my God, my kids did that. Oh, I remember the time, well, I can tell you a few little ones, when they toilet papered our neighbor. I mean, why are you going to toilet paper our neighbor's house? But him and Kevin, they decided when Kevin's parents were out of town, they were going to toilet paper their house. Well, hello. They used their own toilet paper from his house, so they knew where it came from. So his parents aren't that stupid and realized that you used our own toilet paper. So, yeah, he was in trouble. Well, then, of course, they knew if he did it, then who his friends were that were more than likely involved in it, which, was my son. So they spent, oh my gosh, probably 2 weekends, because it was a huge oak tree, digging that stuff out of the oak tree. But, hey, they asked for it, so they had to clean it up. Robert was like, oh, I can't do nothing, wham, wham, wham. I'm like, oh, well, you should have thought about that before you did that. And then, I'm sorry, don't use their toilet paper, He's like, well, we didn't want to have to buy any. I'm like, well, then don't do it. He's like, well, Kevin thought it would be funny, and did it. No, well, funny was on y'all. And then they had to replace all the toilet paper that they used for the thing, too. So now, you dummies. But yeah, they did that. Oh, and then one year I found out they egged someone's house. It was a kid that was picking on them, and so they decided at Halloween to egg their house. Well, I made them go back and tell their parents that they were the ones that did it, and they had to clean their brick house. But, 2 of his little friends that were part of it didn't want to help. But I told their parents, I ratted them out. I said, I'm sorry. They did this, and they need to be the ones over there cleaning it up. It is, just because their kid is mean doesn't mean they need to be mean back. I'm making a funky L. And so, yeah, they went over there, and they were all mad. Miss Candace told on us, your mama's not cool. I don't care. And I told them I better not find out y'all ever, did any of that stuff to my house. Because I told them, so I'd be owning your bikes and your skateboards. And they were like, oh, Robert, your mama's mean. Yeah, y'all do something stupid like that to my house. Boys, I'm telling you, they're so gullible and stupid. But you gotta love them. But boy, they get into stuff. They're something. Oh, I mean, like when a kid is 2 years old, and you give them their first Lego sets. What's the first? Well, hello. I'm like, what's the first thing they do? They build a gun, bang, bang. Well, I just, did one in my hand. But they always, that's like in their little brains. Let's make a gun. And I was amazed. That was the first thing my kid made. And then I kind of watch other people's kids, and I'm like, man, they just know how to make a gun and go bang, bang. So, I don't know. It's just instilled into their little brains. All right, so I'm wanting to, like I said, make this look like we're mailing it to them with just a little, some blues around there. I think no, it's not too, okay. So let's see if we can glue this on here first. I might make a heck of a mess, but, just because you think something's going to work doesn't mean it's gonna. And I can only imagine the things that those boys did that Robert didn't feel guilty enough to tell me about. But like I said, he tries, when he was younger, he tried so hard to lie and tell stories. And that boy just doesn't have it in him. He tries, he just can't. Oh, which is a good thing. Oh gosh, one time he was in shop class, I guess. Must have been 8th grade. He called John on this one. He called Mr. John. He didn't call his mama because he knew his mama would beat him there at school. But he was in shop class goofing around, and it was a friend of his too. It wasn't like it was someone, not even someone he knew, but this guy, I don't even remember his name. Oh, that's horrible. But he was standing on the shop broom, and Robert kicked it out from underneath him. Well, the kid fell, and when he went to catch himself, ended up breaking one of his wrist. Well, Robert got in trouble, and the principal said, call your parents. Well, Robert did not call me. He called Mr. John. Well, Mr. John goes to school, takes care of that stuff, and they don't bother to tell me until later on that night. Oh, they were both in trouble. I mean, John was punished almost as bad as Robert was because, you don't do that. And John's like, well, I just knew you'd be mad. Well, hello, I am more mad now because y'all lied knowing doggone good and well what had happened. So, yeah, I mean, we went over to the kid's house. He apologized to the parents. And I told Robert, I said, if they want you to pay that doctor bill, I said, boy, you'll pay for it. I said, you'll work the rest of your life to pay that doctor bill. And, thank God his mom and dad were like, no, they always roughhouse and things happen. And I'm like, well, it wasn't really an accident because Robert knew better. But, they were rough kids. I mean, gosh, they just practical jokers. And I'm sorry, practical jokes get people hurt. So, but yeah, that poor little kid ended up breaking his arm. And I think I felt worse than anybody. Robert did. I guilted that boy. But he never did that again. Ding dong. I'm telling you. I'm a mean mom. Oh. Let me see. I was sitting here looking at my little leaves, and I was just wondering if putting that... Oh, I might just stamp that on top of there. Okay, well, let's just keep on gluing. See, you hang around too long, I'm going to glue more on you. Or if I have a stamp that's hanging out on the side and I keep looking at it, I was like, I got to use you. I got to stamp you on something. So it was calling my name. It said, stamp me, stamp me. So I said, okay. So we're going to stamp it. I know this was just a little easy thing, but I just thought I would do something since my last video I thought was going to be quick, but no, turned out to be an hour long. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know. I can't do anything quick and easy. Oh, all right. And then, let's see. I think I'll just use the distressed ink so it's not so out there in your face. Hope I don't regret not using my memento, but I'm going to use this one. Oh, I better take my butterfly off before I can't stamp it, and then I'll be upset because I stamped it wrong. And I sure hope I'm in frame because I'm working down here in China again. Alright. And we're just going to stamp him on here. Hold our breath and hope it works. Oh. I know. I got quiet. That's because I'm holding it. If I could have only been this quiet with the bat, things would have been so much better. There. See, that's just faint, faint, faint. I didn't want it to be so bold. But I'm going to stamp off on my little card that I'm going to put in. Oh, no, I'm not. There was no ink left. Duh. Okay, well, I know this is quick and easy and simple, but it's just going to, you know, we'll make a journal card for it or something later down the road after we get our journal made. And this ends up being 4 and almost a quarter, no, 4 and almost a half. So we'll either, oh my God, I keep hiding that. It'll either go into a side tuck pocket or down as a tag. I don't know yet, but I just wanted to make this envelope as Janie intended it, as an envelope. So there you go, just quick and easy. Let me just kind of come up so you can kind of see the little stamp that we put on there, and then our label tag, our label, some scrap paper that's in blue, some coffee dyed doily, and then on the back I just put this says Florist Magazine, but just, you know, any kind of word that you have, just glue the sides down so you can use it as a little tuck spot. So there you go. I know, quick and easy, but hey, I got more. We got lots more to do. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing some of your time, and thanks for sharing some of your day with me. And lots of kisses, lots of love always, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, have a blessed day and a great day. I just gotta get back in my spill. All right, guys, bye.